I've just finished reading your best-selling book, Eat to Live, and you've convinced me to give up olive oil and to start eating more nutrient-dense foods. And giving up olive oil is a really big deal because I live here in Spain and I've been having cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil, and people think it's very healthy, but apparently it's not. Would you like to tell us why?
Well, if you don't mind, my book, Eat to Live, was written in 2004 and revised in 2011. But my latest book, the most updated book, is Eat for Life. It's my new version of that. But still,
Okay.
it's fantastic. You're reading, that was my very best-selling book, of all times. Yeah, I advocate a nutritarian diet. That's a diet rich in plant-derived nutrients that have phytochemicals and antioxidants to slow aging and to prevent chronic disease, because the major causes of death are heart attacks, strokes, and cancers. And I see those diseases as being totally preventable and the result of lifestyle and environmental challenges. And if we eat super healthfully, our body is really protected against those diseases. Now, not only eating a diet rich in nutrients, but also having a thin body, because fat on the body sequesters nutrients away from the other cells, but fat on the body becomes a storage depot for toxic waste products. So I was saying a nutritarian diet is not about just being rich in nutrients. We also have to be moderately calorically restricted to make sure we're a favorable weight. Not too thin, not too heavy. We have to be a perfect weight, be muscular and strong, but not extra fat. And if you're pouring oil on your food, it's fat. It's not just that it's fat, it's 120 calories a tablespoon. And it's fine for a person who's a professional athlete or a laborer in a field behind a plow 8 hours a day, burning off 3,000, 4,000 calories a day, to throw an extra 1,000 calories or 500 calories on their food each day. But for most people working on desk jobs, it keeps them fat. Now, fat cells don't just sequester nutrients and hold on to toxins. They're pro-inflammatory tissue. Fat cells don't get a great blood supply. So they spew out reactive oxygen species, creating an inflammatory state in the body. And that's why people who are overweight are higher risk of dying of infectious deaths, like COVID death, and they're higher rate of cancer. Fat cells also make you insulin resistant. And the hallmark of a short lifespan is a person who's insulin resistant and they have higher circulating glucose all through life. All the centenarians, all long-lived people, are insulin sensitive, and their glucose levels run particularly low. So we're saying now that oil, it promotes the inflammatory compounds, the cytokines, the lipokines, suppress the immune system, make you more prone for cancer. And fat on the body also activates aromatase, which makes you higher levels of estrogen, increasing risk of breast and prostate cancer. And when I'm saying oil, all types of oil, is a major contributory to this pro-inflammatory, cancer-prone state because it keeps people overweight. And you can't lose weight if you're pouring oil on your food. It's so rapidly absorbed. It's an appetite stimulant. And about 90% of the population in the modern world in Western and industrialized countries have too much fat on their body for optimal health. So
Yeah.
if you're slim, and the other issue is that there's a comparison between eating fat from nuts and seeds, avocados and olives, or eating fat from the walnut oil, the sesame oil, the soybean oil, the sunflower oil, the olive oil. And we know that when people switch from oil to the whole food, the risk of cardiovascular death goes down by 40%. So we're talking here about even the Prevamid study. So when people switch from oil to nuts and seeds, they got dramatically reduced risk of heart attacks occurrences. So we're talking here that it's always the whole food that's better than the fragmented food. It's an apple, not apple juice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a avocado, not avocado oil. It's sesame seeds, not sesame seeds oil. If you want to maximize lifespan, there's so many benefits you get from eating the whole nutter seed that are not found in the oil from that nutter seed.
I gave up oil on Saturday, so I'm on day 4. And what I loved about your book, another thing, is the advice or the recommendation to make big salads. So I've been supersizing my salads, and I'm now on a journey of discovering or making my own oil-free salad dressings. So that's very interesting for me. I'm finding lots of recipes online. So it's a very interesting journey.
Yeah, and
And
I have about, I have over 2,000 recipes on my website, and we're teaching people how to make delicious salad dressings and sauces made from blending a little bit of nut or seed. Like, for example, I'll make an orange sesame dressing with cashews, raw sesame seeds, which I toast a little bit, some couple of navel oranges, a squeeze of lemon, and a little vinegar, like apple cider vinegar or blood orange vinegar whipped up, making a delicious dressing. Or I'll make a tomato-based dressing with like thickened tomato sauce with almond butter and balsamic vinegar and a couple of currants and some roasted garlic, and making incredible dressings with whole foods instead of making unhealthy dressings that have just oil and, and vinegar, which is just empty calories. So, and it's fun. We make great desserts. Like we make like a bean brownie with a little bit of, with beans and almond butter, and a little bit of a chocolate icing made out of avocado and tofu with cocoa powder and a few dates. So we're making delicious food, but we're doing the whole foods. We're not using sugar. We're sweetening with a date. We're not using oil. We're using sesame seeds and cashews. We're not using, so it's really a fun and delicious way to cook, but we're finding that it wipes out people's diabetes, or they lose weight, they live longer, they don't get cancer, their heart disease melts away. It's really the dietary portfolio that enables people to age slower and live longer also can be effective therapeutically to reverse disease, so people can get off their medications and not be taking drugs all the time.
it sounds delicious. I'm definitely going to check them out, because I've been experimenting with cashews, and I've got too much water in ones. It's all a bit of a journey just to try and get the right ones. And it's delicious so far. And it's really interesting, because I'm hoping what's going to happen is a few months down the line or weeks, I'm going to be like, ooh, oil, that's disgusting.
Right.
So they'll become.
Have you seen my Eat to Live cookbook?
I've seen your website, so I'm very tempted to join now. I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot of delicious salad dressings on there, because I'm a real salad person anyway. I do eat a whole foods, plant-based, organic, locally produced
Oh, wow, that's great.
diet anyway. I haven't eaten meat for 25 years, so I'm whole foods, plant-based. And so I'm really excited about this, making my salads a lot bigger. I was having them on a normal plate now, and now they're really big.
9-inch bowl, because not a soup bowl, not a 6-inch soup bowl.
No.
A 9-inch serving
like a mixing bowl. I'm using a mixing bowl.
Right, exactly. You want people to have at least one big salad a day.
Yeah, my greengrocer's going to love me now, because I'm going to be eating a lot more fresh stuff there.